Is the Crown Prince of Brunei going to take another wife? The love story of Crown Prince Al-Muhtadee Billah and his wife Sara binti is one that brings joy to many. Their 2-decade-long marriage seems to be filled with happiness and harmony. But could things take a different turn in the future? In our last video, we talked about some of Brunei's customs and traditions, and one of them is that the Crown Prince is entitled to more than one wife. In Islamic tradition, it's common and accepted for a man to have up to 4 wives, and this is also allowed under Brunei's Sharia law. This means the Crown Prince, Al-Muhtadee, Billah, could take more wives if he chooses to. But for over 20 years, he's been married to his younger wife, Sara, and they seem to share a happy and stable relationship. However, one can't help but wonder, will the Crown Prince decide to take another wife in his older years? And if that happens, will his queen and wife of 20 years, Sara binti, accept it? Is the peace-loving woman who fights for women empowerment and freedom going to watch her husband bring in another woman? Or is the Crown Prince himself not willing to risk it? Join us as we uncover the life of the Crown Prince and his wife, their roles in Brunei these days, and how polygamy can affect the royal family. Brunei's royal family. The late 1990s and early 2000s were very busy years for the royal family of Brunei, and it wasn't for happy reasons. The Sultan at the time had just divorced his second wife, Mariam, while his brother and Prime Minister of Brunei, Prince Jeffrey Bolkiah, had embezzled money from the country. At the same time, the Sultan's favourite daughter was going through a difficult divorce from her abusive husband, who was known to mistreat her openly, even in front of the household staff. These events unfolded one after another, leaving citizens concerned about the stability of their country. The increasing number of scandals surrounding the royal family brought significant pressure on the younger members, including Prince Al-Muhtadee Billah. As the Sultan's first son and heir to the throne, he had recently returned from his time in the army, following his graduation from Oxford University with a degree in public administration just a few years earlier. All eyes were on him to uphold the family's reputation and prepare for his future role as the leader of Brunei. Prince Al-Muhtadee Billah's return offered a glimmer of hope for the nation during a turbulent time. Many of the country's top officials saw his potential marriage as an opportunity to strengthen alliances, and they eagerly introduced their daughters and other young women of his age group to him. After all, whoever married the Crown Prince would not only become the Crown Princess, but would one day ascend as the Queen of Brunei, making this a decision of great significance. At some point, a popular news TV anchor began to spread a rumor that she was to marry the Crown Prince. That's why it came as a shock to the people of Brunei when, in 2004, the 30-year-old prince announced his engagement, not to a high-profile figure or someone connected to Brunei's elite, but to a 17-year-old student from Switzerland named Sara binti. Who is Sara binti? Salleh. Sara binti, Salleh Rahman, was born on April 9, 1987, and spent most of her childhood in Brunei. Her father worked as an engineer for a water treatment company, while her mother, Suzanne Aby, originally from Switzerland, gave up her Swiss citizenship to settle in Brunei, where she worked as a nurse for the health ministry. Sara, known for her kind nature, was raised in a loving household alongside her parents and older brothers. She was also distantly related to the royal family, adding an interesting connection to her eventual engagement to the Crown Prince. Sara was still in school when the Crown Prince made a surprising visit to meet her. He later revealed that a close friend had described Sara as a beautiful, kind, and athletic young woman. Intrigued by the description and captivated after seeing her photo, Al-Muhtadee wasted no time and travelled to Switzerland to meet her in person. Princess Sara binti Bolkiah is not only active in her public work, but also deeply involved at home. She and her husband, Crown Prince Al-Muhtadee Billah, have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. Their eldest son, 17-year-old Prince Al-Muhtadee, is set to inherit the Crown Prince title and currently captains the Brunei national soccer team. His younger sister, 14-year-old Princess Munira Madul, excels in piano, swimming and soccer, while their younger siblings, Prince Mohammed and Princess Fatima, enjoy a loving family life. At 50 years old, the Crown Prince remains happily married to his only wife, Sara, which stands in contrast to his father, the Sultan, who by this age had multiple wives, many children, and a much larger household. In Brunei, no one talks openly about the royal family, thanks to laws that make it illegal to criticize them. This means topics like the Sultan's rumored harem are left to online speculation, as the royal family stays silent about it. The Crown Prince, on the other hand, has managed to avoid any scandals, which might be due to his calm and humble personality. During his university years, things were kept private, giving him a chance to live a more normal life. This probably explains why he comes across as so down-to-earth. In interviews, he doesn't shy away from praising his wife, often calling her a steel blade in a velvet sheath to describe her strength and elegance, a trait he clearly admires. The couple is often seen attending events with their children, always appearing happy and united, which makes it easy to believe that the Crown Prince may not have any interest in marrying another wife. His wife, Princess Sara, has been a source of inspiration not just for him, but for many others as well. The connection between Sara and the Crown Prince was immediate. Within a month of meeting, the 30-year-old prince proposed to the 17-year-old student. However, some stories suggest that their meeting might not have been entirely coincidental. Rumor has it that Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah played a role in orchestrating their introduction, reportedly to prevent his son from marrying a TV presenter linked to him in earlier rumors. To steer the prince away from local pressures, the Sultan allegedly encouraged him to look abroad, leading him to Sara. Unlike his father and brother, who were often in the spotlight for their numerous love affairs, the Crown Prince was more reserved and focused on building a meaningful life. When he met Sara, he knew he had found someone special and wasted no time in solidifying their relationship. On the 100th day of meeting her, Al-Muhtadee and Sara tied the knot in a grand ceremony on September 9, 2004, marking the start of their life together. Even though it was the Crown Prince that was getting married, the wedding wasn't as extravagant as people expected. Still, there were over 2,000 dignitaries who attended, including dozens of prime ministers and presidents. The marriage festivities lasted for over 2 weeks, and the event was nicknamed the Asian Wedding of the Decade. Approximately $5 million was spent on the wedding, and a lot of it went into the bride's bouquet, which was handmade with diamond-studded gold flowers. Also, the new bride and groom used the Sultan's favorite car, a gold Rolls-Royce, to parade around the country on their wedding day. Life after the wedding. Contrary to expectations, Princess Sara chose to continue her education even after becoming a member of Brunei's royal family. She returned to the University of Brunei and earned a master's degree in public policy in 2011. In an interview, she explained her motivation, saying she wanted to be more than just a companion to her husband at social and political events. From the very beginning, Sara showed a deep interest in government affairs, and after completing her studies, she requested official responsibilities within the government. This decision surprised many because in the history of Brunei, no other female members of the royal family had shown interest in working for the people. Usually, the women spent their time shopping and living luxury lives with their husbands. But Princess Sara had a different vision. She wanted to give back to society and even expressed her desire to oversee a sector in the country's management. Did this strong will of hers help her family and the society? Or was it just a way for her to show off? Princess Sara. Princess Sara binti Bolkiah is a multilingual leader, fluent in French, German and Italian, which allows her to engage confidently in international settings and represent Brunei on a global stage. Her dedication to her community is evident in her hands-on approach to giving back. She regularly donates blood, showing her willingness to contribute directly to those in need, and she uses her sewing skills for meaningful causes, such as creating clothing for charitable purposes. She's also set up charities focused on cancer support, youth sports, orphan care, and improving telecommunications across the country. On top of that, she's passionate about protecting the environment and works to raise awareness about sustainability in Brunei. Sara is a big supporter of women's rights, encouraging women in Brunei to take active roles in their communities and not just stick to traditional expectations. Her kindness and dedication have made her a role model for many, and she's lovingly nicknamed the Sunny Princess by the people for her warm and positive attitude. The Crown Prince might also be mindful of the people's feelings, as Princess Sara is widely loved in Brunei, even having a mosque named in her honor. She has received numerous local and international awards for her impactful work across the country, cementing her place as the nation's favorite princess. Soon, the 78-year-old Sultan, Hassan al-Bolkiah, will step down, and Prince Al-Muhtadee will ascend as the 30th Sultan of Brunei, making Princess Sara the Queen and Sultana. It's remarkable to think that a humble girl who grew up in Switzerland will one day rule Brunei. Her selfless nature, modest style, and achievements have inspired Muslim women by proving they can be more than just supporters of their husbands. Princess Sara has encouraged women to pursue their passions and find their voices in a society where they are often undervalued. Because of her, many women in Brunei are now more engaged in their communities, modeling their actions and attitudes after their beloved princess. Sara continues to show that women can successfully balance their roles as wives and mothers while being independent individuals who make meaningful contributions to society. Conclusion. While the Sultan had 3 wives and a host of children, his first son has decided to toe a different path. From everything we know so far, Al-Muhtadee and Sara's marriage seems to be built on love and mutual respect, so it is highly unlikely that the Crown Prince will take a new wife. Although Brunei still operates heavily on polygamy, the world is slowly changing, and with that, the beliefs of the people. The Crown Prince's decision to only have one wife is an evidence of that, and we can only hope it influences his children and the ones after them. Maybe, one day, there will come a time where the country becomes used to one man, one wife. But, until then, we wish the Crown Prince and his wife many more beautiful married years ahead. So, what do you think about the Crown Prince and his wife? Is he a modest man, prepared to spend the rest of his life with his wife? Or is the royal family going to shock us by announcing a new bride for the incoming Sultan of Brunei? Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know what you think about the Crown Prince and Princess. Trust me, there are loads of stories about the royals that you don't know yet, so make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon for more juicy royal news.